so fun.
We're missing.
I'd like to
Trustee
call to
Brewer.
order the Westmont Village Board meeting of October 20th, 2022, to order at 6 o'clock PM, and ask Clerk Simsky for a roll call, please.
Mayor Gunther?
Here.
The clerk's here. Trustee Barker?
Here.
Trustee Brady?
Here.
Trustee Guzzo?
Here.
Trustee Little?
Here.
Trustee Nero?
Here.
Trustee Simonovich?
Here.
Attorney Zemanek?
Here.
Village Manager May?
Here.
Assistant Village Manager Park.
Here. Would everybody please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. This is really an enjoyable evening when we can swear in a couple police officers and also promote someone. So at this point, though, I have open forum. If anybody's here that wants to discuss anything that's not on the agenda, now's the time. Seeing none, I'll close open forum and we'll move on to reports. And I'm going to ask Chief Gunther, can you come up to the podium?
Thank you, Mayor. Feels like I was just here. But this is always a fun night. We have the swearing in of two of our newest officers and one promotion to the rank of sergeant. And, you know, it's always great to bring on new talent, new blood, new perspectives, and, you know, certainly new opportunities for our newest members of the police department. As I do every time, I have to thank the Fire and Police Commission for their hard work in making all of this happen. The three commissioners are in the back, 1, 2, 3, all 5 arms of them. They work tirelessly to find and select and recommend the best candidates that apply to our police department. And you know, their job is not done just at hiring; they also promote. And I know that it's a tireless and difficult task, and you know, it's never easy to pick, because everybody that is eligible to be a sergeant is well deserving. So with that, I will call up Officer Lorraine O'Reilly and Officer Alex Erdman to the podium for their swearing in.
And I'd ask Trustee Simonovich, would you like to join next to me? I'll do the speaking.
I will do the ceremonial standing.
Trustee Simonovich is the chair of the Public Safety Committee, so I'd ask her to join me.
Lorraine, come over here and then face the mayor that way. There we go.
You ready? Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Alexander Erdman,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the laws of DuPage County,
the laws of DuPage County,
the Westmont Village Code of Ordinances,
the Westmont Village Code of Ordinances,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties for the office of police officer
the duties for the office of police officer
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
The pinners will now step forward for the pinning of the badges, which is usually where we draw blood.
Good ceremonial stand.
Shake hands.
Congratulations. Very good, thank you. Congratulations. sir.
Congratulations and welcome. Congratulations and welcome.
Congratulations and welcome. Congrats, thank you.
Congratulations.
Congrats, man, thanks. Yep.
Congratulations.
So they, as customary, I always offer an opportunity for the new people to talk in front of the board, work on their interpersonal communication skills. So I believe that Officer Riley's speech is probably a little bit longer than Officer Erdman's. So I'll say this about Officer Erdman. He was a previous police officer with the village of Willowbrook. And I can just say that their losses are gained, and we're happy to have him aboard. So that's probably longer than his speech is going to be. So Lorraine, why don't you take the helm?
Standing here is okay?
You got it.
All right, and this is not my speech. Good evening. Thank you all for being here today. I want to give a special thanks to Mayor Gunter, Police Chief Jim Gunter, and the Fire and Police Commissioners for this opportunity. I want to thank my family for their love and support, my boyfriend Eddie for inspiring me to pursue this dream, and I want to thank my daughter Samia for keeping me grounded during this journey. This is my daughter Sam. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Lorraine Riley. If there is one thing you should know about me, it is my passion for a greater tomorrow. I can't say that I've always wanted to be a police officer, but I knew at a very young age that I wanted to help those in need in any way possible. Today marks the official beginning of a challenging yet rewarding career, and I am going to give it everything I've got. I will challenge myself to be the best that I can. I will continue to strive and progress. I will take advantage of every opportunity to further my training and education, and I will not let you down. Thank you.
Chief Gunther was correct. Mine is definitely shorter. Just wanted to take this brief moment to thank the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners and all the members of the police department that allowed me this opportunity. I'd especially like to thank the chief and leaders of the department and field training officers for welcoming me into their police family and providing me with the tools needed to succeed. I'd also like to thank my wife and 2 daughters for the great support and faith in me during this journey. My wife Kasha's here today. Daughters are both sick and a bit of a headache. I look forward to a long and prosperous career here, during which I hope my service may help bolster the strength and safety of this already highly admirable community. Thank you again.
Families in there too? All right, one more. All right. Now for the promotion. So Sergeant Christina Dominguez, please come forward. So Christina's been a member of the police department since 2009. She currently serves as our DEA task force officer. After a lot of begging, and she tried to stay even after the promotion, I said no, time to come back and supervise. So here she is and ready to be sworn in as a sergeant.
It's my pleasure to do that. So raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Christina Dominguez,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the laws of DuPage County,
the laws of DuPage County,
the Westmont Village Code of Ordinances,
the Westmont Village Code of Ordinances,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties for the officer of sergeant in the police department
the duties for the office of sergeant of the police department
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Shake hands first.
Congratulations, Doug.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Welcome, Sergeant.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. First off, I would like to thank Chief Gunther, Mayor Gunter, Village Manager May, the Board of Trustees, and the Fire and Police Commission for affording me this amazing opportunity. I am truly grateful and excited to start the next chapter of my career in law enforcement. Next off, I would like to thank my fellow coworkers at the Westmont Police Department, past and present, who have all helped me or taught me something in some way throughout my career. I appreciate you all and truly enjoy working with you. I have had many great mentors here throughout the years who have supported and encouraged me, which helped me to be here today. I would also like to thank the citizens of Westmont. I truly enjoy working in this community, which has become a second home to me. Lastly, I would like to thank my family and friends, my mom, dad, stepmom, brother, sister-in-law, nephew, my son, and friends who are here tonight. Thank you all for your support. My big brother, Nick, fellow first responder and fire deputy chief of Orland, you have been a great role model to me and have taught me a lot. To my nephew, Nicholas, who helped my son Ryan pin my badge on tonight, thank you. I'm super proud of you and your achievements, and I'm looking forward to seeing you finish paramedic school and start your career on the fire side. To my son Ryan, thank you for inspiring me to be a better person. I know that at 5 years old, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but you've truly changed my life. The hardest part of this job is the time I must spend away from you and the nights where I can't tuck you into bed at night. I know one day you will understand the importance of my career, though. I hope to be a good example for you and help you achieve your dreams in the future. I love you more than you will ever know. I would like to close with one of my favorite leadership quotes by Rosalind Carter. A leader takes people where they want to go. A great leader takes people where they don't necessarily want to go, but ought to be. I love that quote because we often don't realize how much our words of advice or encouragement can be helping others grow and improve. I will always try my best to be conscious of this and do my best to help those around me reach their true potential, just as many of my mentors throughout the years have done for me. I appreciate you all for listening and being here. Thank you.
Volunteer, police and fire commission, stand up. Again, they're so dedicated, they never miss swearing in or any promotion. So again, thank you for all you do for the community.
And as customary, we'll be having a reception back at 500 North Cass at the police department, and with coffee and cake pops. So if you guys wrap up the meeting early, come on over. All right, everybody, that's with
Thank
them.
you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Everybody out.
Yeah, we'll wait until they're. All right, I can continue the rest of my report. Dementia-friendly Westmont programming The next event is at the library, is entitled Mental Health for Older Adults with Dementia. It will be held on Wednesday, November the 2nd at 1 o'clock. There is a dementia-friendly training. They had it, and more than 20 village staff members received dementia awareness training, which helps our staff better recognize and serve persons with dementia. An exciting thing, and I know Trustee Little will talk more about the activities this weekend, but the Park District has their annual Haunted Forest both at Diane Main Park and Smith Woods on Saturday, October the 22nd. Little Monsters from 3 to 6:30 when it's more daylight, and Sheer Terror from 7 to 9:30. And you can go to the website to get more information. Today we held a 20th anniversary ribbon cutting, and it was at the Cordia Senior Residence Center. I want to congratulate Cordia. They were one of our first, I think they were our first assisted living facility in this community. And the building looks as good today as it did 20 years ago. And I wanted to display in front of me the award that the natatorium, the Village of Westmont, and the Park District received through the Illinois Association of Park Districts last Friday night. Larry Forsberg and myself attended representing the village, and it's a statewide award. You submit it, and we've got the award for intergovernmental cooperation between the park, the village, to get the natatorium into Westmont, to get them here up and running, and they were honored and recognized at their annual dinner. So again, I just want to congratulate the natatorium. They've done a tremendous job, and they're doing more and more national events. And I'm sure we'll talk about that when it gets closer. So I'll move over here to Clerk Simsky.
I just have to remind everybody that village offices will be closed November 11th. Recycle and garbage pickup will not be affected. On the election information, early voting in DuPage County has begun. Early voting locations have been posted on the village website. Additional voting info can be found on the county website. The Westmont Library, early voting location. Registered voters can vote at the library October 24th through November 7th during voting hours. The library is located at 428 North Cass. Trick or treat hours. We can always depend on our police to come through with our setting hours for everybody, and I appreciate that. Anyway, so similar to the past years, the police department recommends that trick-or-treating occurs on Halloween, October 31st, between 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Also, a list of Halloween safety tips have been posted on the village website. That's all I have
Thank you.
tonight, Mayor.
And I'd recommend that the homes that are giving treats, leave their lights on so that people know they're home. Trustee Simonovich, Police Public Safety Committee.
Thank you, Mayor. Before this meeting, we held the Police Public Safety Committee meeting. We had a busy meeting and a lot happened. First, we congratulated Deputy Chief Thompson and Sergeant Ryan for their 20 years of service to the Westmont Police Department. Deputy Chief Thompson updated us on about $370,000 in grants that we have coming in over the next couple of years. He also updated us on some data they've been tracking for side street patrol and those that are ticketed, mostly for speeding, with stop signs being the second offense. He also updated us on an uptick in post-pandemic DUIs. We also received an update from the Deputy Chief regarding our hiring status. We have 2 new officers that we just swore in. We have one in the academy until December, one restarting the academy in January, and one in for the next academy. We also received a presentation from the chief regarding the Safety Act. We did a lot of topics on that, and finally, we also I want to make sure that we congratulate our police department on the work that they are doing for Special Olympics. Year to date, they've raised over $22,000 for Special Olympics, and I'd like to invite the chief up to give us an update on the latest event they held last night.
Thank you, Trustee Simonovich. I don't have access to the photographs anymore that I showed at the
deleted.
previous meeting, which is probably good. But yes, last night we had our annual volleyball fundraiser at the high school. Very well-attended event. 4 teams participated, 1 from police, 1 from fire, and then 2 from School District 201, comprised of the high school, junior high, and grade schools. For some inexplicable reason, the fire department came out on top. They won, they beat us in the first round, and they beat the junior high in the second round. So congratulations to the fire department. They have bragging rights for the next calendar year till our next event. We were able to raise over $1,000 to add that to that total that Trustee Simonovich had mentioned. Oh, I see I have a picture. Can we put that one up real quick? So it goes on the record? Yeah, so that's me. That's 2 very large police and fire chief going toe-to-toe. And then that is both chiefs jousting for the ball.
Is that like a 6-inch vertical I'm seeing there? That's
Yeah, well,
pretty
you know,
good, chief.
A little over my playing weight. But upon further review,
Breaking rules as usual, huh?
you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So there's Chief Riley, clearly a net
Where's the ref?
violation. Yeah, well, you know. Again, great event, all hand fun by all, and I do want to mention all the events that we do over the year. Obviously, they support Special Olympics. That's the primary driver of what we do. But really, to bring the community together at events like this, to be in a different environment, to do things that we don't normally do, is a tremendous benefit to everybody. And my compliments to the school district and the fire department for participating. Good time had by all, and we look forward to next year's event. Thanks.
Thank you, Chief. I had one more item to remind you about the Drug Take Back Day on October 29th. From 10 to 2. There's going to be 2 locations for that. The police facility at 500 North Cass will actually have a drive-through operation going that'll be very convenient. You can also do this at Mariano's on 63rd Street. And just a reminder, it is just for pills, powders, and patches. More information on the website if you need it. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Brady from the
Thank you, Mr.
Community
Mayor.
Development Committee.
The commercial spaces in the first block of Quincy Streets are now occupied by 2 restaurants that are open for business. Harold's Chicken and Shrimp and Tilapia Mexican. Stop by and check them out. They're just opened up recently. The Cass Avenue Dream Home development at 400 block of North Cass is moving forward for completion. Completion of the last townhouse building was recently started. The development of a medical office building at 6320 South Cass, which previously was a banking institution, is expected to commence this winter. The current building is scheduled to be raised in the next few months, and the construction will begin in the spring. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Well, thank you. Trustee Johanna Guzzo, Fire Public Safety Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I want to let everyone know our next Fire Public Safety Committee meeting will be December 1st, 4:30 here at Village Hall. Everyone is invited to attend. And last Friday night, October 14th, was the 27th annual Silent Parade. And just to remind everyone, the Silent Parade honors those firefighters and people who have lost their lives in a fire. I want to thank the residents who came out. The weather was a little not cooperating. It was a little chilly and it was a little rainy, but I want to thank everyone because they came out with their umbrellas and their flashlights to honor those that have lost their lives in fires. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, and I'll turn over here to Trustee Barker, Environmental Improvement, and Westmont first.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, this evening, I'd like to offer my condolences to the Wazaleski family. Father Raffo lost his sister, and it's just a tragic thing at such a young age. The Environmental Improvement Committee will meet next on November 7th at 5:30. Coming up, we have the pumpkin composting event on November 5th. Bring your pumpkins to the compost to be composted at this event hosted by the EIC. This is in the library parking lot on the west side of the lot as usual. Pumpkins must have all the inorganic materials removed, the candles and decorations. And then we'll also have the holidays recycling this year. The village is planning to work with the library and the fire department again to offer holiday lights recycling. Details will be soon posted on the village website. And then with Westmont First, we just had a meeting on Monday and in discussion about the community mural program. And additional suggestions were made for recommendations, and that was going to be brought back to staff. And then that would be updated, and from there it goes to Westmont Special Events for review, and then back to the village board. That is all I have. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And Trustee Little, Administration and Finance.
Thank you, Mayor. Our next Administration Finance Committee meeting will be November 17th at 4:30 right here in Village Hall. And this is the news you've all been waiting for, I know. The Wicked West Fest. This Saturday, October 22nd, there will be different events downtown Westmont, including the costume contest at 10:15, the pumpkin smashing event at 11 o'clock, the trick-or-treat trails go from 11 to 1, and then the casket races pop off at 12:30. Visit westmontevents.com for information on all Wicked West events. There's a costume contest and a photo booth. New this year is Wicked West Fest costume contest. The special events is setting up a Halloween backdrop to create a photo booth so that everyone can come and get their pictures taken for free. Photo booth is sponsored by Amazon Fresh. Halloween home and business decorating contest. You can go to the westmontevents.com to sign up for the home and or business decorating contest. Online voting starts next week, so get your information in right away. And last but not least, the Zombie Pub Crawl will be held Saturday, October 29th from 2 to 6 p.m. Please go to westmontevents.com to buy your tickets. Each group that starts at a pub or a restaurant will have at least 1 or 2 chaperones to keep the groups under control. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And I do need to add that the Wicked West Fest was started by the Chamber years ago, and it has expanded now to bring in the Westmont Special Events, the environmental, and various other groups in town. So it's a great event, and it really, the weather's going to be perfect this weekend. Trustee Nero, Public Works.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a few items. Our next Public Works Committee meeting is December 15th, 4:30, right here at Village Hall. And then a few quick updates. So our 2022 motor fuel tax, a lot of our resurfacing projects are taking a little bit longer than expected. As we can all imagine, there's some supply chain issues with concrete. So we expect that to be completed by November 14th. Quick update on Quincy Street Alley, catch basins, inlet drain tiles, and the stone base needed for the pervious service has been installed, so that's moving along pretty good. Quincy Streetscape project, which I know we're all excited about, the contractor plans to start working on the Lincoln Storm Sewers next week, and we'll see, the area will be ready for holidays. Steve's a little optimistic with that, but we'll see how that goes. 61st and Cumner stormwater basement improvements. This week, the contractor plans to install the last culvert box and complete the pavement patching, so big impact on that project, long time coming, probably longer than I've been alive on how much that area's needed it. North Water Tower on November 10th, this is kind of important, at 6 p.m. right here in the Village Boardroom. Public hearing will be held to review the project and the preliminary environmental impacts determination, which is a requirement from our friends at Illinois EPA. Comments on the project will be taken until Wednesday, November 23rd. So if anybody has any questions about it or anything to discuss, that would be the time. If you can't, I'd imagine comments are taken even if you can't attend the meeting, so feel free to share those. East Des Moines and Richmond water main, tree protecting fencing has been installed and hydro excavation on the water main path has begun. And last but not least, Pasquinelli Street Light Project. I know that's been something we've been waiting for. The bid opening is scheduled for next week, the 25th, and we anticipate an award at the November 4th board meeting. And I misspoke, one last item. We'll hopefully see everybody 10:30 lineup at the Pumpkin Smash on Saturday. I know Trustee Barker's gonna be there, and I'm gonna be there, and I'm sure a few others. I've been, kind of taking a look at a couple pumpkins. I'm not sure which one gonna pick yet, but I'm coming back. Public Works snuck a win out of me last time, and I wasn't happy with it, so I've been practicing. And we'll see what happens Saturday.
right.
But that's all I have,
Well,
sir. Thank you.
Moving on, does any trustee see an item they want to remove from the consent agenda? Seeing none, I'd ask Manager May to please read.
Thank you, Mayor. And if I could first, I'm just going to more introduce what a consent agenda is, and back all the way up to the last meeting 2 weeks ago, we had, you'll have recognized that we took some of the new business items out of order. And the reason for that is we have a meeting tonight, and we publish the agenda very typically on the Monday before the Thursday meeting. But the week before that, while it's all being put together, I work off a copy, that's got all my notes on it and everything too. So that meeting, I had a draft copy of a agenda that was different than the one that was published for the meeting. There was just a couple items missing, the new business being one. And then I share that with the mayor, and then sandbag him during the meeting and make it look like he wasn't following the right order. So with that, there were two other items that were approved that were not read. So when we read the consent agenda, actually you're voting on the consent agenda as written. And I read it for everybody's benefit, and I guess for transparency purposes, and that's what is being voted on. A consent agenda were many items that were on there. So on that meeting, although approved, I did not read aloud one of the purchase orders, which was Onyx Networking Corp., $48,061.50. That represented the annual renewal for the Google Workplace applications that we use. And there was also a proclamation on the consent agenda declaring October as Cybersecurity Awareness Month in the Village of Westmont. So those were all approved, and there's also otherwise no reason to even bring it up tonight, except that the first item on the consent agenda this evening is approving the minutes from the last meeting. And the minutes were prepared using the verbal reading, not the written reading. So you had distributed this evening at your place, the minutes that were distributed had those two items that I just mentioned are reflected in the minutes because technically they were approved. So that brings us to tonight, and on the consent agenda this evening, the first item is Village Board minutes. Board to consider approving the minutes, the corrected minutes, of the Village Board meeting held on October 6, 2022. Finance ordinance number 13 in the amount of $2,369,767.57. There are two purchase orders tonight. First one is Sikich LLP, $40,611, represents for our annual audit services. And then Baxter and Woodman Incorporated at $95,700 is the Phase 2 or design engineering for our North Water Tower project. Those two purchase orders add up to $136,311, and the total of the purchase orders with finance ordinance number 13 is $2,506,078.57. And that is the entire consent agenda for this evening.
Do I have a motion to approve as read?
Motion to approve is read. Little?
Second, Nero.
Motion made second.
Brady, second.
Any comments? Anybody? Roll call, please.
Trustee Little,
Yes.
trustee Brady,
Yes.
trustee Simonovich,
Yes.
trustee Guzzo,
Yes.
trustee Nero,
Yes.
trustee Bartle.
Yes.
Motion passes. We'll move on to new business. A, B1 permit Capital Shield Services and Electrical at 21 North Cass Avenue. Board to consider an ordinance approving a B1 development permit for both Capital Shield Electric Company and Capital Shield Services LLC to operate offices at 21 North Cass Avenue. Director Sylvester.
Mr. Mayor and trustees, as was just read, the request is for a B1 permit for an office use at 21 North Cass Avenue. As you all know, B1 permits are needed in the downtown for any business, even if there's no special use or other type of zoning approval required. The owner is here tonight, Mr. Campisi, and he'll come up in a moment. but I just wanted to clarify, the proposal is for office use to occupy 650 square feet. You may remember that larger offices in the downtown do require a zoning approval, a special use permit, that would have to go through Planning and Zoning Commission and have public hearings, et cetera. But because this is under that 1,000 square foot threshold, that is not necessary. There are two components to the proposed business, both owned by Mr. Campisi. One is called Capital Shield Services. That is a real estate finance business, and he intends to use half of the space for his management office. The other half of his business is called Capital Shield Electric, which is, he intends to use that half of the space for sales and accounting offices for their electric vehicle charging station installation business. The last thing I just want to point out is we did talk to the business applicant and explain that offices are perfectly allowed and how he intends to use the space is allowed, but a contractor's business, which would be where inventory is stored, work crews would come to the site and load up box trucks or vans and trailers to be dispatched to work sites. That is what we call contractor uses, is not allowed. And he's aware of that and says that that is not going to be how he will use the property. It is purely for office uses, management, accounting, sales, et cetera. And that's all I have, and the applicant is here, Mr. Campisi.
Good evening. I think you did a great job. I can come up here and tell you a little bit about Capital Shield Services. I've had a lot of years in the sales business, graphic arts. A couple cool things I did in graphic arts were I did the menu for the President of the United States, delivered it to Air Force One. They held it up on O'Hare Airport. That was kind of neat. Did the memorial book for Michael Jackson. We were asked to do that on Thursday, and by Monday we had every copy on the Staples Center in LA. Those are the kind of things I do in printing. I do financing of people who want to do rehabs. So if a guy comes to me and he wants to do a house and it's in bad shape, I'll do the financing for it. Actually did one in Westmont that was a burned out townhome. We got that one done in about 3 months, and everybody was happy with that one. I do some insurance work. Buying and selling of insurance policies called viaticals. Kind of like little niche businesses I do. So again, I would like to use the one side for my executive office for Capital Shield. And then in these last several years, I've had the opportunity to get involved with AT&T pulling in fiber optics to businesses. And that's how the electric world came about. And now some other people contacted me, and now we install electric vehicle chargers. And it's just a matter of, where I go next, I really don't know, but this could be the new owner of Capital Shield Electric in the near future, which is right next to us, and Christy does.
Hello, my name is Christina, nice to meet you all.
Christy's doing the managing there, and sorry for Rick Doolin not being here tonight, he got pulled away, but Christy, tell them a little bit about yourself.
So we're starting a little electric side of the field. As of right now, it's obviously just an office. But in the office, I'm organizing and, planning for these chargers to be installed in people's houses where they get a new electric vehicle and they have no idea how to move it, from point A to point B and charge it and also make their life efficient. So just answering a bunch of emails, working out of the nice little sunny space, and trying to, accommodate this big need for all these electric chargers for their electric cars for the way this world is going. So, we're just trying to keep a good eye out on that. Nice, it's a growing industry, so.
Like Director Sylvester said, this is office only and no contractors.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And everything I do is over, emails, phone calls, and I just sit at my desk and that's about it.
Do I have a motion to approve?
I got a question. How would you know when a person buys an electric car?
So we have a agreement with a company called Qmerit. Qmerit is a nationwide dealer or sales group. Qmerit has the contracts with the manufacturers. So Qmerit then, if you go buy an electric car and you're going to get a rebate, $1,000 rebate. The manufacturers want certified people to go there and install it. So they'll hand, if you bought that car, they're gonna hand you a charger. It's gonna be at your house. They wanna know it's installed by certified people. They're gonna give you a credit if you use us. And then what's that's doing for the electric business is it's saying, hey, we don't want any non-person that doesn't know what he's doing installing a charger that's gonna burn down a house. So that's one of the reasons why they're giving credits out, and that's how we get the business.
Where would you find the installers? Are they certified electricians?
Yeah. Not all of them, but most of them. And then we train them, and then they have to go through, sit there in the computer and make sure they know how to do it. And then we do hands-on training. They'll come in the office, here's the safety stuff. So it's a growing business. We are Amazon's #1 person right now.
We have a PPE list that we make sure all the people that we, have do the work, we approve of them and their work that they do. So we just kind of organize it to get done. They need this done, and we find the electrician that'll do it for them.
Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Nero.
Second.
Motion made and second to approve. Additional comments? Any? Trustee Barker?
No, I have no.
No? Anybody? Seeing none, I'd ask for a roll call, please.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich?
Yes?
Trustee Little?
Yes?
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Motion passes, and you didn't tell us what president.
I'll be dating myself. Reagan.
All right, well, congratulations, and I'm
Thank
sure
you.
you'll be working with Larry Forsberg, the Chamber
All right.
Executive Director, so,
Thank you
Hopefully
all.
we'll see you all around.
all right, thank you.
Congrats.
New business B, agreement with Brycer LLC. Board to consider ordinance approving an agreement with Brycer LLC for the use of its web-based services to monitor and track inspection, testing, and maintenance of private fire protection services. Chief Riley.
Thank you, Mayor. As discussed at the last Fire Public Safety meeting, the fire department seeks to use Brycer's software system to more efficiently track and drive inspections, testing, and maintenance of fire protection systems such as fire alarms, sprinkler systems, standpipes, and fireboxes. Again, there are no fees to the village. This is a third-party inspector's responsibility through Brycer.
We have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve Guzzo?
Second, Little?
Second. Brady.
Motion made and second. Any questions?
Was it Linda on the second?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Seeing none, I'd ask for roll call, please.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Little?
Yes?
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich?
Yes.
Motion passes. We'll move on to new business C, awarded bid proposal, gateway signs. Board to consider ordinance awarding the bid proposal from Vixen Construction Incorporated for the installation of the Cass Avenue and 67th and the Ogden Avenue and Cumner Road gateway signs and authorizing contract consistent with the bid documents. Interim Public Works Director Rosbach.
Good evening. Thank you. We're asking you to approve awarding the bid to Vixen Construction for the gateway signs at Cass Avenue and 67th, and then Ogden and Cumner. The total $188,000. The Cass Avenue sign is $93,800, and the Ogden Avenue sign is $94,958. And these signs are in line, and they have the same logo and the lettering as the existing signs that we have.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve Barker.
Second, Nero.
Motion been made, second. Comments?
We did it.
Yeah, getting there.
And those bids were within the budgeted
You were
amount as
within the
well.
budget? Seeing none, I'd ask for, no other questions, I ask for roll call.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich?
Yes.
Trustee Little?
Yes?
Motion passes. New business D, award of bid proposal, cyclic parkway tree pruning. Board to consider ordinance awarding the bid proposal from Winkler Services LLC for cyclic parkway tree pruning project for north areas in the village and authorizing a contract consistent with the bid documents. And, Director Rosbach.
Great, thank you. We're asking you to award the bid to Winkler. Approximately 17,610 trees will be pruned within specifications. Those trees are within varying sizes from the 2-inch caliber all the way up to the older trees. And the references for the vendor for this process all checked out nicely. Matter of fact, a couple of them do about $100,000 in trees a year, and about 2 out of the 3 have confirmed that they have re-upped their contracts with this vendor. So they have done well enough. If there have been any issues with trees, they've been able to work it out with their arborist, the municipal arborist that is, and resolve the situation.
And our arborist monitors and works with them.
That is correct, yes. That was one of the requirements of the bid, is that they have 3 certified arborists on their staff. I did verify all 3 licenses on the state's website, and all 3 were there as promised and up to date.
Good. Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Little?
Second?
Motion made second. Any additional? Trustee Barker.
Mayor, do you know, is this our tree total, or is this a portion of our trees?
This is only the portion for the area that's going to be pruned.
Do you know how many trees we have?
Total, not off the top of my head, no, sorry.
I would be curious to know that, and then
Okay,
the other
let's see.
thing that I'd recommend is we do some kind of public relations piece to say this is happening, because the criticism is incredible, because it really changes the look of some of these trees, and people are concerned that they don't know what they're doing, you know, by observation, but I remember that criticism very well when they go through a neighborhood. Thank you.
Okay.
That's a good point. And again, this is budgeted, so this is something that's over and above what our staff can do.
That is correct, yes.
Any other comment?
Mayor, just a
Yes.
quick comment. I mean, what a deal, $4 a tree to get all these done at once. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. The staff can't do it, can't keep up with this. This is, I mean, this is just good money well spent to take care of all the trees that we've spent and invested so much and replaced and continue to do. So it's great to see. Great idea. I'm glad we're doing it.
Seeing no other questions, I'd ask for a roll call, please.
Trustee Little.
Yes?
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Motion passes. We'll move on to new business E, Quincy Station, the third amendment to the EDA. Board to consider ordinance approving the third amendment to the Economic Development Agreement between the Village of Westmont and HP Quincy Partners LLC for the Quincy Station project at 1 West Quincy. And Assistant Director, Assistant Manager Parker.
So this is the item that was discussed at the previous Administration Finance Committee, and this is related to the 1 West Quincy project. As noted, what we found as we got to this point in time was that based on the timing of the assessments for the property, the assessment for the increased value due to construction did not happen the time we were initially expecting that it would. And so because of that, if we follow the terms of the agreement as outlined, we'd be starting to pay them $200,000 or so when we're getting 11 cents in for it. So it makes sense to kind of postpone it until after we start getting the money before we have to start paying them the money. That also ends up working out better for them in the long term, because while they've got a minimum the first year, they don't the second year, and so they would also be losing out on money. So it just kind of makes sense to better get what we were initially planning to get and help our cash flow anyway.
And just to point out, the EDA is part of the TIF district, and we do this as an incentive to get them to build and assist them with TIF dollars. Did I say that right? Okay.
Yep.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve, Nero.
Second, Little?
Motion been made second. Additional comments? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Motion passes. Miscellaneous. Anybody have anything? Larry, you want to add anything? Nope.
I need to. Next Wednesday, our Public Information Committee meeting will be held at 10 o'clock
Right here.
that morning. Wednesday, the 26th, I believe. I don't have a calendar, so I think it would be the 26th.
Good, that's right here, and it's open to the public.
That's right.
Seeing nothing else, I'd ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Little?
Ready, second.
Motion been made and seconded to adjourn. Roll call, please.
Trustee Little,
Yes.
Trustee Brady,
Yes.
Trustee Simonovic,
Yes.
Trustee Barker,
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Nebo.
Yes.
I want to thank everyone. Maybe there's time for those cake pops. So this meeting is adjourned.